Okay, so today we did toe jamming. So we did toe jamming and we did some toe jam loops. So yeah, so the first thing we do when we do toe jamming is we just do a dribble, so just a slide left and right with our legs. So what we're aiming for is to be nice and relaxed, keeping our posture, leaning forward a little bit just to give ourselves a bit of balance, but we don't want to be hunched over. We want our shoulders to be relaxed, we want our posture to be up, our core to be nice and solid. Okay. So then we're going to turn this into a toe jam. We're going to bring our foot that's coming forward up onto its toe. So we're going to raise our heel. So we're then sliding forward, exactly the same sort of stride. So we're trying to be nice and balanced. I'm just showing you this on one side first. So this is just my right coming forward. Okay. So the foot that's coming forward is always on its toe. What I want you to do to start with is slide forward. You've got to keep pointing your toe. If you don't keep pointing, as you slide forward, your foot just comes flat. Okay? Because there it takes no effort to point. If I use the same amount of effort, my foot just comes flat. So I've got to consciously keep pointing it more. Yeah, raising my knee, raising my heel, keep pointing it more. So to start with, I want you to really focus on the switch. So you're going to point it, you're going to get to the end, and you're going to switch. So you're going to come off your right, so you're going to drop your heel on your right, and you're going to lift your heel on your left. Okay, switch. And now you're going to bring your left forward on its toe, pointing it as you get to the end. Your right's going back, so it's flat, and switch. Slide your right forward on its toe, on its heel, switch. Switch. Okay. Really want you to focus on that switch, focus on pointing. So that's the fundamentals of it. To turn it into a relaxed step from there is all about keeping it bouncy, keeping it nice and light. I tend to, as I'm sliding forward, I tend to have my leg that's coming back, so my leg that's coming back is flat. I tend to run it further back than my leg that's going forward. So my posture is always quite straight and upright and relaxed. So it creates this lazy step. I'm also speeding up and slowing down. So I'm slowing down as I get to the end, speeding up at the start. And I'm bouncing with every stride. Okay? So you only get to this point of it being nice and controlled and lazy when you can get your balance between each stride, okay? So you need to be in control of it all the way through. Keep your core nice and tight as you do it as well. Yeah, so that's the toe jam. We then did a toe jam loop. So, by the way, I'm sorry for the terrible light fitting. I've got a new one, I just haven't fitted it. I think it's from about 1950 or 60, I'd imagine. So we're doing our toe jam. What we're now going to do is a loop. So again, what we're trying to do is we're thinking of this like a racetrack with two straights and two bends at the end. So I'll just show you it in sequence. So this is a toe jam loop. We're going to loop around and carry on our toe jam. Loop, carry on. So to do the loop, it's like we're doing a pivot, we're turning on our toes like that, yeah? But if we just turn on our toes, because our stride is now reversed, if I try and carry on, my legs are crossed over. So to allow for this, as I get to the end of my stride, I've got to turn my feet around those loops at the end of the track. I've got to turn around and then be at the start of my next stride for my toe jam. So I don't want to turn around and come back to the middle, because then I've got nowhere to go. I want to turn around and be in position at the end of each line to then start my toe jam again. So I'll just show you what that means. So I'm going to turn, my feet are still split, so I can start toe jamming. Turn and carry on. Turn, carry on. So as I turn, I'm turning on my toes, and I'm just looping slightly. I'll show you what this means from the front. So I'm looping my right around like that, and running it round. To do that, really when you get into motion with it, you're just opening up your hips a little bit as you turn 180. My left is doing much the same. I'll show you from behind. It's just doing a little loop. It's just looping around very slightly. So you'll find balance with it. What you're aiming to do is you're aiming to turn on and. So it's a half beat. So you're turning just before the next beat. The way I count it is that I turn, and that's the next beat. And I use it because it's when my feet come down, and there, and there, and there. So I'll show you what that means in counting. So I'm going to do the most sort of simple one we would do is we're going to turn on 3 and 7. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to start with my right going forward on 1. So 1, 2. Now I'm going to turn, so I'm going to turn on and I want my step down to be on 3 to start the next move. So I'll just show you that again. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now we're going to do the rest. 5, 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3,